Okay, so I'm probably literally the last person on YouTube to say this, but Happy New Year! Welcome to 2019. 2018 was a very, very eventful year for me, to say the least. I mean, my life is not the most eventful compared to so many other people around the world, but for me, it was the most eventful year that I've ever experienced. If you follow me on any social platform, not just this channel, either like Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or anything, I went on a bit of a hiatus, shall we say, towards the end of December and the start of January. Towards the end of last year, I was not having the most enjoyable time. It's not like my life was crashing down or anything. I'm fine, but I got kind of caught up in my head with a lot of things. A lot of things were happening and I was not able to cope with it rationally. Because they were all kind of new things to me. I was focusing a lot of my energy on thinking about what I wanted for myself, what I wanted for my future, what other people think of me, what other people want from me, what I want other people to think of me. It was a bit complex and I got caught up in my head a bit. What brought me back was a massive test spree that I had on the start of January, which was horrendous. And by horrendous, I mean I was pushing myself so much to the point where I was not getting enough sleep. I was getting really bad headaches. I was very tired, both mentally and physically. But it was actually really good for my mental state. Working on a deadline, working on something that's very specific, makes you really grounded and be present in the moment. So that was very good for me, and it actually inspired me to do more of these videos, which is really, really weird, but it did, so it worked anyway. So I thought I'd start vlogging again, and I am gonna continue to do weekly vlogs. If you are interested, I hope you are. Okay, enough about how I was in 2018 and my weird hiatus. Let's talk about the new year and my resolutions and everything. Most years when I think of New Year's resolutions, I think really, really hard about what I want to do that year. And I'm someone that remembers my resolutions towards the end of the day. I don't just cop out halfway or anything. I really actually stick to my resolutions, which is probably very nerdy, but that's who I am anyway. But this year, for some reason, it only took me like 3 minutes to think of my resolutions. It was really quick. I was very certain of what I wanted. I'd say I have 2 themes for this year. First one is like a bigger scale, and the second one is kind of like a subtitle, I guess. The first resolution is to be authentic. There is a saying that I've loved for years, literally years, and it was quoted by the ever so marvelous Dr. Seuss, who is famous for his children's books, I believe. I've read his children's books a lot and they're fabulous. There are a lot of sayings by him that I really, really like, but a particular one that stands out is, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind." I may not seem that way, but I do get really scared of being judged by other people sometimes, especially since I started YouTube last year. A lot of people ask a lot for me, for me, both actually. And those opinions are valid, obviously, but I felt like I needed to focus on what I want to portray and what I want to be like, because that is the most important thing. I don't really wish to be well known or famous, as a lot of people put it. I just want to have my opinions out. Being authentic, living your truth is not the easiest thing. It takes a lot of courage to do so if you really want to get it right. Saying what you truly feel, saying what you truly want for yourself out loud is probably one of the most courageous acts anyone can do, which is my opinion anyway. We can all get scared of being judged. We kind of imagine things other people might think of us, or other people may be saying behind our backs in our heads. The more you think, the more it snowballs. I think the difference between people who get really scared of judgment and the people who don't get as much is the amount of time that they spend thinking about it. It's not that the people that don't get scared as much is not scared at all. It's just that they think of other things, or they're too busy doing other things that they don't have time to think about what other people think of themselves. I think the fear of being judged comes naturally to any human being. Being social and talking with other people can be helpful, as it kind of prevents you from being just stuck in your head and helps you to sort of take an astrally projected step back and look at yourself from afar. I'm not saying that I'm going to be 100% selfish or not care about what other people think. I'm just saying that I want to be a bit more honest. The second theme is I want to work on my style. This style is not style as you say in Japanese. That is completely different. I love the English word style. Style is something that defines you for who you are through how you create yourself on the outside. That is the best way I can put it. Your hair, your makeup, your clothes, your posture, how you carry yourself, how you talk, how you do gestures, which I do quite a lot. Everything that people can see on the outside would be your style, and that is something that people see first before they get to know who you are on the inside. I've always been the person that works more on my insides. I've never really cared about how I looked on the outside that much. I love putting on makeup because it's just fun. I don't care about what other people think of what I look like, and there is a reason for that. It's not that I'm not interested in fashion. It's not that I'm not interested in how people look on the outside. I do think how you look on the outside does represent a certain amount of who you are. Not 100%, but a certain amount, obviously. I've always thought that when the insides are right, when your mind is in the right place, when you have the right soul, the outside will fall into place, and you will be able to find what is you and find what defines you. So I deliberately waited and worked on my intelligence or my mind, like reading a lot of books, studying at school, socializing with friends. Those meant a lot more to me to build up on my personality than to just go on and buy expensive clothes. I've always known that when I pick a fashion, when I pick, for example, a fashion statement piece, or when I kind of work hard to get the sort of style that I want to be able to own it. I want to be able to look good in it. I want it to really fit who I am. I see loads of people who have random clothes on that really clashes with their style, clashes with their personality, and it just looks weird. I want to experiment with my hair. I want to experiment with different sorts of clothings a bit more. But first of all, most important thing, if you ask me, when you define your own style, I want to go on a diet. I do want to lose weight, but I'm more focused on toning up. I do want to exercise a bit more. I mean, do weights more. Like, I don't think I'm gonna do that much cardio. I've always loved exercise, actually. Because I don't exercise, a lot of people assume that I hate exercise. I don't. Also, I don't eat a lot of sweets on a daily basis. I mean, I would have like a chocolate cake every now and then, but I don't think I'm gonna have any issues if I decide to cut on chocolate 100%. I'm gonna have to monitor on the amount of sodium I take because I love savory things. That is probably my biggest problem, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I don't want to be the skinniest person, I just want to be healthier. Okay, that is all for New Year's resolutions. I hope this year would be as eventful as it was last year, but less of the negativity, hopefully. I mean, things are gonna happen, it's life, but I just hope I'll be able to cope with it better this year. So please thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want more. I have a main channel where I teach Japanese people how to study English, so go check that out if you are interested, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!